Get 'em.
Welcome, folks. Y'all come on in and make yourself at home. This here, well, this is the Rolling Thunder Podcast, your home for all things Rolling Thunder. This episode is brought to you by Mossy Oak, because everything is better in Bottomland. Kent Cartridge, quality matters, performance counts. Shen Gear, waterfowl gear that is built better. And Benelli USA, dominate the skies.
I'm looking for a dog. A road dog, to be exact.
Alrighty, welcome to this episode of the Rolling Thunder Podcast. I'm here on the horn with Mr. Spence Halford, boss man himself. How are you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Man, we're making it. It's a little cool here this morning.
Man, didn't it feel good today?
It felt darn good this morning.
Yes, and a man needed a hoodie this morning if he was going to be outside very long.
Yeah,
it was wonderful.
I got beat to my teal spot this morning, but at least it felt good outside, so there was a little bit of a redemption in it.
No doubt. We actually rode to the farm this morning. Drake and I did, and Riley, and we moved. I turned off one valve and turned on another to start flooding a different impoundment, and man, it was beautiful. Got a few teal birds and a few wood ducks, but mostly just cool, crisp air, and it was very refreshing this morning. So
yeah, I'll never complain about a good feeling morning. I'll take those any day I can get them.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, y'all caused quite a stir there in Somerville this week. Released a fun little clip, pretty much anywhere somebody could see it. It introed this new thing called the Road Dogs.
Yeah, man. The interaction on that has been crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been really fun to see some folks coming out of the woodwork for it.
Yeah, I'm hoping we actually get some applications. We got a lot of tire kickers and a lot of people talking about it. The boys don't seem too worried about whether or not we're going to get applications, but I'm always anxious, you know. So the response has been great.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna have a few start trickling here soon. I can't imagine how many takes some of these guys are filming, trying to get their reel just right before they send it in to you.
I think it's going to be a really, really fun deal. And while our kind of intro video for it was silly and very much a joke, we really are going to 20. It's actually 23 cities. And doing a bunch of trade shows next year, and really, really excited about that. So I think it'll be a really fantastic opportunity for somebody.
Yeah, so
to somebody.
I'd say yeah. For anybody that maybe hasn't seen it yet, and we're gonna play the audio for it here in just a little while. But for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, you're looking for a couple of folks that are willing to work hard, go represent Rolling Thunder, shake hands, kiss babies, sell duck calls, and go to a pile of trade shows over, I think you said 4.5 months?
Yeah, so the way it's going to break down is it's divided into 3 blocks. We've got a spring block, and then a summer block, and then a fall block. The spring and summer are the kind of 2 most important blocks. The fall block is kind of a different set of more optional events. But the spring and summer are essentially like 8 weekends starting February 1st. It's going to be city to city, and it's a lot of your Midwest Deer Classic kind of shows. It's everything from that to NWTF, the Great American Outdoor Show in Pennsylvania, Iowa Deer Classic, Ohio Deer Classic, Dixie Deer Classic in Raleigh. Just a bunch of good shows, and what we're looking for are 2 people to drive the truck and trailer, set the booth up, and basically do the trade shows. What we're going to do on the back end is support that with, our key people, if you will, on the busiest time. So like on Saturdays, I'll show up sometimes, or Drake will show up sometimes just to kind of help out. The girls in the office, Maddie, Libby, will take some of that load as well. But primarily, these two guys are going to be responsible for being Rolling Thunder at those trade shows, during that 8-week block. And so the way we see it working is they'll leave on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how far they have to travel, get there, set up, run the show Friday, Saturday, Sunday, pack up, drive home on Monday, unpack the trailer, fix things that are broken, reset everything up, and then roll back out on Thursday. And so we'll have time every Tuesday in staff meeting to kind of go through, hey, this went really good, or man, this was a disaster. We need to do something different. And so I really genuinely believe this will be an incredible learning opportunity for somebody that wants to learn significant business skills in this industry, meet a lot of people, and just generally network with good quality, like-minded brands.
Mm. Yeah. And
so
I think you hit on something good there. Like, this isn't just a chance for somebody to come just do some grunt work. I mean, there's going to be some hard work involved, but like, this is an opportunity to be the face of Rolling Thunder at these shows.
I'm glad you said that, because that's true. This is really not like, hey, we need an extra pair of hands to move heavy things around. What we really need is somebody to carry the load and actually be the face of the brand and do the whole trade show, assuming that they're not going to get any support from the office, other than attaboys kind of thing. The joking part of this that is really actually pretty serious is I've been telling Miss Lindy for years now that I'm going to do less trade shows, and every year I do more trade shows. With the age of my kids, to be honest, I need to not be on the road, 27 weekends next year, outside of hunting season. That's just a lot. I need to be in church a little bit more, and just raising my children, and so this is a great opportunity for a young person, male or female, that probably ideally this person's not going to have kids. This will be a pretty hard grind to be away from your family. You have a wife and kids, and probably not somebody that's in college. It's hard for me to imagine that a person could really do a good job in their classes and
at the same
work
time
7 days a week for the spring and summer. But I've got a good system for how we pack the trailer. I've got a good system for how we keep up with inventory, and so we've got all of that stuff formulated so that a person can do this gig and leave with a binder, if you will, of, hey, this is where I went, this is what I did, this is what I learned. And while we were kidding about, ratchet straps and merchandise and inventory and changing flat tires and stuff, I mean, what somebody else in this industry will truly see about this opportunity is that you learned how to be profitable. You learned how to merchandise inventory. You learned how to talk to customers. You learned how to solve problems getting from point A to point B, and learn how to be a valuable asset to a solid company.
Yeah, well, it seems like one heck of an opportunity for somebody. I'm very confident you're going to have some qualified folks sending some reels your way.
Yeah, and trade shows are fun. They really are fun, and it's a good time to visit with people who already have a connection to the brand. So I'm not bailing out on trade shows myself because I'm tired of them or because I don't like them. I really, really like them. I'm dialing back because I need to spend a little more time here, and because, quite frankly, I've paid my dues.
Yeah,
I've done all of them, and we need some new life and some new blood helping us burn the road up. So
maybe what's something you're looking for when somebody submits their reel, either serious or not serious, but what are some key things you're kind of expecting?
Yeah. So great question. And we've had a lot of people reach out and say, hey, I'd like to apply. I don't do reels. I don't blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the reality. If you're watching that video that we posted, you do social media, because that's the only way it was disseminated, was on social media. So you had to see it on social media. And so you understand it in some respects, you understand what it means to market a brand across social media. And so there's really two primary aspects to this project. The first is to go visit with customers, meet customers, and make new connections in new places. That's the first at the trade shows. But the secondary, opportunity for us as a company and for the candidates is this is an opportunity for us to market how much fun it is to get out on the road and meet people in different places. People in South Carolina and North Carolina act different and dress different than people that live in Illinois or Ohio or Indiana. And the first benefit of the trade shows is obviously selling product and, expanding our influence to different parts of the country. But the secondary benefit is it really gives us something to share with our social media audience. And so it's important that the person who does this job is fired up about it and wants to be funny and wants to, communicate how much fun it is to be on the road. And so the reel is not the only test. We're going to do some interviews and lots of discussion with the candidates, but the reel gives us a good barometer for, hey, how creative can this person be with a blank slate? And, creativity goes a long, long way.
Yeah. So you're not looking for an IT wizard, but you need a little bit of tech savviness because that's going to be a part of telling the story of what's going on the road. That's
right. Definitely not looking for. If you're a camera guy, that's great. You're not going to get paid like a camera guy with a high day rate. That's not going to work. But if you're a camera guy and you can edit, that's wonderful. That's a huge value add. But with this, what we're really looking for is just, hey, how can you be creative with the cell phone that we all know you're going to be carrying around in your pocket? And how can you communicate to the world and to our fans how much fun it is to travel the country and spread the news about our brand?
Yeah, well, it's a pretty exciting thing. I'm excited to see what comes of it and see who keeps crawling out of the woodwork to try to get a piece. And here's a real good opportunity to come join the team and be a part of what's happening at Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, I think it'll be really neat. We've got some, as always, we'll have some new turkey calls coming out next year. We've got some new waterfowl calls that'll be coming out next year. And so we'll use a lot of those trade shows to launch those things. The Delta Waterfowl Show is always a big one. It'll be in Oklahoma City next year. Ducks Unlimited is bringing their show back, and it's going to actually be in Memphis, Tennessee. It's going to be huge. And so that'll really be exciting and a super cool event. And so we'll use these trade shows and the exposure that they create to launch some of our new products for next year, which will be super exciting for whoever we select to hit the road.
Yeah, that's super cool. And they get a little bit of a sneak peek about what they're fixing to be selling, which is a cool little perk.
No doubt, definitely. I think it'll be a cool opportunity, and it's very similar to kind of the Run and Gun tour, and Howler Brothers did a similar tour. This will be similar, but this will be more trade show oriented. Both of those tours were more event oriented. They went to different camps and different dealer locations and just sort of hosted some open house kind of events. And so this will be more geared toward in-person selling, setting up the booth and stuff like that. So it'll be a little different in that respect. But what we really would like to see is for the folks that we select to do some marketing alongside of it, sort of like the Run and Gun tour, and make it, let's show the world how much fun it can be, because people love the behind the scenes tour,
Yeah, so we're going to play the ad here in just a second. So whenever someone rolls their mental wheels, they come up with their creative way to represent themselves. They just need to post that on social and tag you. You want them to send it to you directly? How do you want them to get that to you?
That's a great question too. They can certainly post it on social and tag us. I would say you definitely need to send the URL or a link to it to my email at spencer@rollingthundergamecalls.com. You can also post it on YouTube and keep it private if you don't want anybody to see it. Then send us a link that way. You can post it on Facebook. You can post it on Vimeo. There's a million different ways to share a video you can edit it and just text it to me if you want to, or send it, just attach it to the email. So where you publish it is not a big deal. That's totally up to you. Just make sure that it gets emailed to me so that we can put it in a folder and review all the applications.
I mean, that sounds simple enough, I think.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So easy a road dog can do it.
I will, since we're kind of talking about it, why don't I just walk through real quick what the schedule looks like?
Oh, sure.
And that would help somebody with some details.
Sure.
Let's see if I can pull it up here on my phone. So, like I said, there's 3 blocks. The 2 primary blocks are the spring block and the summer block. The spring block is going to look like the first stop will be February 1st through 9th in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's the Great American Outdoor Show. From Harrisburg, you'll travel back to Somerville, help us load up, and we'll turn around and go to Nashville February 12th through 16th for the NWTF convention. Always a big time. And then following NWTF, the next weekend is the Indiana Deer Classic in Indianapolis, Indiana. February 28th through March the 2nd is the Dixie Deer Classic in Raleigh, North Carolina. March the 7th through 9th is the Iowa Deer Classic in Des Moines. March 14th through 16th is the Ohio Deer Classic in Columbus, Ohio. And then March 21st through 23rd is the Illinois Deer Classic, and that's in Southern Illinois and Peoria. And then the last stop of the spring block is the Palmetto State Classic in Columbia, South Carolina, and that's March 28th through 30th. So basically from February 1 to March 30th, it's a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week gig. And you can sleep when you're dead or when you park the truck.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to make up that sleep.
That's right. And then basically a similar block is going to start up. The summer block will start July 11th. So July 11th through 13th will be the World Deer Expo in Birmingham, Alabama, followed up by Squad Fest in St. Louis, Missouri, July 18th through 20th. After that will be July 25th through 27th. That's the Delta Waterfowl Expo in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And then August 1st through 3rd is the Ducks Unlimited Expo downtown Memphis. Then the next 2 weekends in August, the 8th through 10th and 15th through 17th, those are game fair weekends, and those are super cool events. And then August the 23rd is the Oshkosh Waterfowl Festival. That's also up north in Wisconsin. So that's the summer block. So 8 in the spring block, 7 in the summer block. And then the fall block is a little different, but in the sense that it's not as many trade shows, it's more events. But we're hopeful that by the time somebody gets to the end of August, they're in love with what we're doing and want to stay on board. So September the 18th looks like that'll be the Foxhole Shootout in West Point, Mississippi. We're always a event sponsor of that. Followed by the annual Rolling Thunder birthday party here in Somerville, September the 20th, followed by a tailgate event to be determined September 27th, followed by Duck Fest back in St. Louis, October 4th and 5th. Then the next couple weekends in October will be tailgate events. October the 25th is the next in-person event, and that's the Shin Gear Film Festival here in Memphis. And then November 7th through 9th will be the Waterfowl Festival in Easton, Maryland. And then the last weekend of November is the Wings Over the Prairie World Duck Calling Contest in Stuttgart, Arkansas at the Shin Gear, at the new Shin Gear store. So, cool events, cool places. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, that's one heck of a lineup.
Yeah, pretty zealous, but I think for the right couple of people, this will be a killer schedule and a real launching point for somebody's career.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can think of a couple different people who did things similar, like the Run and Gun Tour, who absolutely, worked with a handful of brands, and then, guys who did that, parlayed their experience into full-time careers in the industry. So,
well, there you go. I saw a post today that said you can either make it happen or you can make excuses. So,
that's
rather
right.
listening, don't kick yourself later for not giving it a shot now. Get that reel ready and get it submitted.
That's it. Well, good deal.
Yeah.
Lots of buzz. We'd love to see your reel and take a stab at it. And if you don't think you're good at it, take a stab at it. If you're passionate about Rolling Thunder and you want to be a part of this tour, you got to take a stab at the reel. So take a stab at it. We can go from there.
I've got a written permission from my wife, so I'll be sending my submission over to you shortly.
I love it.
We'll see if she takes it back. But, well, hey, as always, thanks for listening to the Rolling Thunder podcast, and we will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Your job sucks. You want a job in the outdoor industry, but you don't know where to start. Let's go. I've got a truck. I've got a trailer. I've got a credit card.
Hey, boss, can I get that credit card? Hey, boss, we need that credit card.
Yeah, about that credit card.
Dad, can I have your credit card?
I'm looking for a dog.
A road dog, to be exact.
We're hitting the road. Well, the road dogs are hitting the road. For 4.5 months in 2025, the dogs are going to travel the country, selling calls, spreading the good word about Rolling Thunder, meeting customers, and polishing off some of life's most valuable lessons, like how to change a flat tire, how to put together a trade show banner, and how to work a ratchet strap. How to merchandise inventory and talk to customers.
I would like to buy.com.
No need to pursue that master's degree. This is better than school. What we're offering is a PhD in the two most highly coveted job skills, common sense and hard work. When the dogs hang it up, each of them will possess a polished set of skills that will easily land them with a job anywhere in this industry, and the Rolling Thunder recommendation of approval. Got what it takes to be a dog? Build us a reel and sell us on you. We want to know all the reasons that you need to be the next road dog. In all seriousness, we're going to about 20 different cities next year, and we really believe this is the opportunity of a lifetime. What we're looking for is the right person to help us promote this brand. So be really creative. What we're looking for is an application in the form of a reel that's about 60 to 90 seconds long and promotes not only you, but why you should be the one out there on the road promoting Rolling Thunder. Send it to us in any format that you'd like, but make sure that you email me, Spencer@rollingthundergamecalls.com.